Welcome back! We've just finished talking to our trainer, Euthura Ban, here at the Sith Academy, and she's given us several assignments that we can pursue in order to gain prestige with Master Uthar, the Academy's head, who will evaluate everyone on the basis of prestige in order to determine who will go into the tomb of Naga Sadow, where the star map is located. And we've got quite a bit to do, but before we get on with any of it, I'm going to go around and just see what's all here. See who else we're competing against. Maybe we can get a bit of a leg up on them.
Oh, hello. I don't remember seeing you here before. My name is Kel Alguin.
Is something wrong?
Nothing?
It didn't sound like nothing.
Yes, my master always says I'm too trusting, too willing to show weakness. You're a Sith, so I really shouldn't, you know.
But I'm not a Sith yet.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you aren't yet, but you intend to be. I mean, you're just like everyone else here.
And you're not?
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, how did you mean it then?
I shouldn't trust you. I can't trust you. Can I?
I don't think this guy would make a very good Sith. Sure you can.
I just don't feel I belong here.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I did at first, but now, I don't know. I just have so many doubts.
Now, we can choose what we want to do with Mr. Alguin here. We can choose to tell Master Uthar about it, and although you can select this option, this doesn't force you to tell him about it. You can choose to do that when you actually talk to Uthar, but if you do select it, then you're pretty much locked out of any other possibility. If you do talk to Master Uthar about him, though, then he will disappear forever, and, well, you can probably guess what happens to him. Alternatively, you can persuade him to go somewhere else and leave the Academy, or you can leave him here. But I think he should go somewhere else. I don't think he needs to be here with the Sith.
But where would I go then? What would I do?
Well, have you thought about the Jedi?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. Maybe I should seek it out, give it a try. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think the other option there where you say it doesn't matter is basically just the neutral option. It wouldn't give you any light side or dark side points. The one consequence of doing this is that if you go to Korriban before the Leviathan, then you can go to Dantooine, providing it's still there. I guess that would have to make Korriban your first or second planet. And you can see Kel Alguin there in the training room where we built the lightsaber earlier, which is pretty cool. But in some ways I kind of like it better this way, because at least we know that he won't be destroyed in the attack on Dantooine, which is nice. Looks like this room is empty. No one's using this one. But whoever was here left us some nice loot, so that's always good. Hey, Sith Guard.
Greetings, student.
Thank you. Let's see, we came from there. Let's go toward this row of bunks. Let's see who's here. Lashao, she's the one that Euthura recommended that we team up with, right?
I remember you from the colony. You seem all right, though you'll not win the right to train before me.
Who are you?
You don't remember? My name is Lashao. We met in the colony ever so briefly.
You're trying to become a Sith as well? That's a dumb question. Seriously?
Just figured that out, did you? It just so happens that I have a surefire way of pulling ahead in this little contest of ours. You don't really have a chance.
And what way is that?
I found an artifact that will impress Uthar far more than anything you could ever scrounge up. I'll win for sure.
Well, if you found it, then why haven't you brought it to him?
I don't have it just yet. I'll get it when I'm good and ready.
It's guarded, isn't it?
So what if it is? I'll get it eventually, regardless. Nothing good comes without a bit of a fight. That's the Sith motto, more or less.
Well, maybe I could help you get it.
Now, where are you going with this, I wonder?
Help me get it? I don't know. I suppose I could use some help. The artifact I know of certainly won't be easy to take. But why should I work with you?
Well, I've always wanted to work with a beautiful woman.
Flattery, is it? I suppose it's possible that Master Uthar could award both of us prestige. We'd be ahead of the others, for sure. Unfortunately, the holocron lies in the gullet of a Tukata mother. I can arrange for us to meet her, but you're going to have to help me in putting her down. That makes sense to you? Go into the valley when you're prepared enough. I'll be amongst the central pillars near the north end.
So it's a holocron, huh?
Because it probably contains secrets from the time when the Sith ruins on this planet first existed. You don't think that Master Uthar would find that impressive?
And we're just supposed to trust you with this?
And I'm just supposed to trust you? You're the one who has to work on this, remember? You watch me, and I'll watch you. I don't trust you any more than you trust me. If you don't like that, don't come.
Well, I still don't trust her, but if she can help us get to it, then we'll be prepared for any betrayal that might happen.
Remember, the central pillar's in the valley. I'll be waiting, so don't take too long.
Alright, looks like she's gonna go ahead and head out there. And we got an update to our aiding Lashao side quest. That just tells us to go out into the valley to look for her. And yeah, she doesn't have anything for us here to take, unfortunately. Shardan, we saw him earlier too, didn't we?
I remember you. You're all right. Trying for the academy, I see.
So are you, obviously.
That's true. I had no idea you were coming for the academy when I met you in the colony, though.
Who are you?
The name's Shardan. Didn't I tell you that back in the colony? Maybe not.
Oh, do you want to coordinate strategy?
I don't work or play well with others. Thanks for the offer, though.
Alrighty. I don't think there's anything more we can do with him, at least for now, so we'll leave him there. There is one more set of quarters we can check out here. Mikkel, he was the one who was torturing those hopefuls at the gate, wasn't he?
It's a bad year to try and become a Sith, you know. I've got it all wrapped up.
Yeah, you and everybody else here in this academy.
That's right. You might as well just go home, you know. There can only be one Sith this year, and that's me.
What makes you so sure?
You think I would tell you? Have my brain started dribbling out of my nose or something?
It would be an improvement.
Funny. Say that after I'm a full Sith, and I'll ground your face into the dirt just for fun. You hanging around still?
Alrighty, let's see here. Maybe we can convince him to tell us what it is that's giving him the edge.
You think I would tell you?
If you say this, he's just gonna say the ground your face into the dirt comment. Let's see if we can persuade him.
I guess there's no harm in it. Word has it that Master Uthar gives big points for Sith artifacts that are brought back from the valley.
We kind of already knew that.
Well, if you've known for so long, why haven't you taken advantage of it yet? Yeah, just like I thought.
Well, we've just kind of, gotten here, so yeah. We haven't taken advantage of it yet because we haven't had time to do that yet. Oh well, you can't reason with Sith, right? Dustle! It's Karth's son.
You take a wrong turn somewhere?
Dustle, is that you?
Oh, lovely. It's Father. Figures you'd show up after all this time. How did you manage to get inside the academy?
Through the front doors.
Cute. I wonder how interested Master Uthar would be to know just who he has in his web. Unless you've switched sides, Father, but I doubt that. Just why are you here, Father? Not for me, I hope. Couldn't you have gotten yourself blown up on some ship and spared us this reunion?
Ouch!
Dustle, what are you talking about? I thought you were dead.
Too bad you didn't still think that. Or did you really think I'd be happy to see you? Look, everyone, it's Father, come to rescue me at long last. Sure, he may have left Mother and I to die on Telos, but that doesn't matter.
No, I didn't abandon you. The task force just arrived too late. Telos was in ruins, and your mother... I held her while... But I looked for you. I swear I looked everywhere.
Ah, save it. You abandoned us long before. We were alone all during the wars, and even once you came back, you still didn't stay.
I didn't have a choice. I was needed...
Yeah? Well, you were needed at home, too. You were needed when the bombing started, and I got captured. You know what? It doesn't matter. Not anymore. I have a new family now, a family that cares about me. I don't need you.
The Sith? You can't mean that. No, the Sith killed your mother. The Sith destroyed Telos.
So? You're the soldier, Father. How many mothers have you killed?
No, you've been brainwashed. The son I knew would never...
You never knew me. You weren't even there to know me, so don't presume to tell me what I would or wouldn't do.
I don't know what's been done to you, but you are coming with me out of here, now.
Touch me, old man, and I'll kill you. Get out! Get out of here before I tell the Sith that you're here.
Wow, this is certainly some argument. Now, you can choose to basically threaten Dustil, in which case, after a few more lines of dialogue, you will be forced to fight him, which really I don't want to do. I think this option and this option basically lead to nothing, if I'm not mistaken. But this option here is what I want to do, because I can understand where Dustil was coming from, but I can also understand where Karth is coming from. It sounded like there were extenuating circumstances that were involved here, and it's not quite this black and white.
I don't need his protection, not anymore. The Sith give me everything I need.
You can't mean that. The Sith are... they're evil. They're the dark side. They took me away from you and your mother. They're what took you from me.
No, they are not evil. They're not. The dark side is superior. And you were at war long before they came along.
The Sith war to conquer, to rule the helpless. I went to war for you, Dustil, for your freedom, your future.
I don't believe you.
If I failed you, son, then it's my failure. Please don't add to it by becoming part of something evil.
Prove it. Prove that the Sith are so evil, and I'll think about it.
Well, we've got a whole academy of them right here. We can show you firsthand right now.
I'm not gonna follow you around, forget it. If you're caught, they'll just think I was betraying them. I'll stay right here. I won't tell anyone you're here, for now. You find some proof, and you bring it to me. If I hear you asking questions about me, or doing a single thing to jeopardize my position in the Sith, I swear I'll tell everyone what you're up to. You got that, Father? You prove what you're saying is true. I'm not going anywhere otherwise.
I got it, Dustil. I'll be back. I swear it.
Alright, so we've got to find some proof in order to convince Dustil that the Sith are evil. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. Whoops. Here we go. Let's see. I want to go... There's one more thing over here on the left side that we haven't seen yet. Uthar's room. Unfortunately, it's locked. And you need, I believe, a security skill of 14 or more in order to actually break through that, because the difficulty check is like 34 or something, I believe. But we don't have anybody with the security skill that high. I think Karth has got some security, but I don't think it's that much. Let's see here. Yeah, 1. So not much. But let's take a look around this central room here. First of all, let's talk to Uthar. We haven't talked to him yet since we first met him, and we got a few things to discuss.
Greetings, young one. You have much to do yet. You have gained little prestige. You will have to work quickly if you hope to best the others.
How do I gain prestige? We kind of already know, but maybe he's got some specific things that he needs taken care of.
Oh? It is no more complicated than I said. Perform impressive deeds, or bring me a suitably valuable artifact from the Valley of the Dark Lords.
Oh, so it's a popularity contest, basically. Wonderful.
Really, however, you should seek out Euthura and get her advice. She is your trainer, after all, yes?
Where is this valley, by the way?
There is an exit that leads to the surface of the planet. The valley is only a short trip from there. It is not difficult to find.
Let's see if he will tell us more about himself.
You wish to know more about me, do you? And why would I indulge your idle curiosity? Will we be good friends, you think?
No.
I strived many years to hone my power, until I was able to drive out my predecessor and rule the Academy. If you are smart, you will aim to do the same, or better.
What?
There is nothing else you need to know. Do not ask again, young one.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier when I said that this whole system is pretty silly. I mean, basically, he killed his predecessor in order to supplant him as the master of the Academy. And now he's hoping, not just expecting, but hoping that somebody else is going to do the exact same thing? I mean, I don't know. This whole system just sounds so messed up. Let's tell him the code of the Sith. We heard about it from Euthura, and she explained quite a bit about it to us. So let's tell him what we've learned.
Then finish the code as I speak it. Peace is a lie. That is only...
Passion.
Through passion, I gain...
Strength.
Through strength, I gain...
Power.
Through power, I gain...
Victory.
Through victory,
My chains are broken.
the Force shall free me. Yes, good. You have indeed learned the code of the Sith. Speaking the words and knowing the words are, however, two different things. Tell me then, true or false, victory by any means is desirable.
False, according to what Euthura told us.
Well done. I will test you no more. You know the code. Very impressive. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
There are two other questions, to my knowledge, that he could ask you. He can ask you if there is anything worse than love, in which case he says there is nothing worse than love, in which case the answer would be false, because mercy, according to Euthura, is worse than love. And he can also give you a true-false question of the Force is fueled by your passion, which, according to Euthura, is true. So those are the three possible things he can ask you if you recite the code of the Sith to him. Now, at this point, we've got the option to tell him about Euthura, and when I first played the game, I thought that if I did this, then I was going to be siding with Uthar permanently, and thus my alliance with Euthura would have to be broken. But actually, that's not the case. Let's actually use this option here and see what happens.
Oh? What is my apprentice up to now?
She wants me to help her kill you at the final trial.
I see. It is good that you have come to me with this information, young one. It is a bit ironic that Euthura has begun her plotting. I have been aware of her growing ambitions for some time, and had in fact already decided to remove her. Normally, the one who gains the most prestige would engage in a final trial. 2 of the students would fight. This time, it will be Euthura who battles, though she does not yet know it. Perhaps it will be you who combats her. Yes, perhaps so. This is what you can do. Give this pad to Adrenus. He will put some poison in her bath. This will weaken Euthura for that final test, making her an easy target. Rather generous of me, don't you think?
This should be interesting.
For coming to me with this information and betraying your foolish trainer, I feel you are worthy of prestige, young one. Go now. You have not yet impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
So basically, in order to gain enough prestige, you just kind of basically have to keep building it up and up until he declares that you're better than everybody else.
Very well. You have impressed me. Definitely a good start.
Alright, so we've got a journal entry added. Let's
Sure.
switch back to Kane and level him up here. Skills, let's add some more Persuade, because I really need some Persuade. And powers, I've just become aware recently, and I can't believe I missed this, but I mentioned it in, I believe, the last video, that I have not yet gotten Affect Mind as a Force power yet, and this adds several conversation options. The thing about this, though, is that it's really not all that useful if you're a light side player, because most of the options are basically just trying to get more money from people if they give you a task and they reward you for it. And you don't really get light side points for using this for that purpose, but it's pretty much the only reason why you would even get this to begin with, because there really aren't too many other uses for it. I think there's a few other times when you could use it, like the thing with Nico on Tatooine, but yeah, I'm not really too hot on it, but I'm going to go ahead and just get it just in case we can use it, because I think there might be something later on this planet that we can use it for. And I do kind of want to show you guys what all it includes, so I'll go ahead and add it to my power list. We also got some updated journal entries, and the double cross has now become the double cross. And right now we can actually go back and talk to Euthura about this whole scheme of Uthar's. There's the exit to Dresde, but I don't want to go out there quite yet, not until we finish this whole thing with Karth. But first, before we do that, I'm just going to check out what's up here. The dueling room. That looks pretty rough. Youch. It's apparently to the death here.
If you're here to use the duel, go ahead. I'm through with it for the moment.
What kind of dueling are you talking about?
This is where you get to hone your killing styles. We get sent captives all the time to practice on it. It's very handy.
That's barbaric.
Why? It'd be a waste just to execute them. At least this way they're useful.
Yeah, everything is useful to you guys, isn't it?
You only get so many before the terminal cuts you off. Some of the students are a little bloodthirsty and get carried away.
That is terrible.
Just go to the computer console and open up one of the cages. And don't be wasteful. We only get so many captives a month, you know? No problem. If you're here...
I saw a persuade. Let's see if we can convince him to release everyone.
Don't be foolish. If Uthar wants to send an order like that...
I don't know if you'd need a high enough persuader if that's just impossible. Whoops.
Just be careful if you go into the valley. I hear there's a hermit living in the hills that kidnaps students.
Really? That's something we haven't heard about before.
If you're here to... Don't be foolish.
Okay, I'm not gonna really try that anymore. It's probably impossible anyway, and I don't think the computer panel would really work very well either. Yeah, the amount of spikes you need to pull that off is huge, and the data files don't really give you anything, so that would just be a waste of spikes. And security cameras just look into another room that we're about to go into anyway. I don't remember what this does, but I'm not going to use that. Even if I did have a high enough computer use, like I think on a practice run I brought T3 in here just to try this out. Even if I did have a high enough computer use, I think this would still be the same, because he had a computer use of 29, and it still didn't work. Either that, or maybe it just still... Yeah, maybe it still just uses whoever the player character is, not any of the party members, because I don't... I don't think it really matters who you take in there, maybe. Okay, yeah, it does, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, even with 29 computer use skill, it doesn't work. Alright, let's check out this room.
Maybe you can do better than I. This Mandalorian is proving more resistant than I expected.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get him to tell us where his weapon cache is hidden. So far, all the serum combinations I'm using are proving ineffective. If I bring his drug threshold too high, he'll go into shock and be useless. Too low, and he just refuses to talk. It's been maddening.
It's been maddening.
You want me to try this?
Certainly. Just don't kill him or send him into shock. He's supposed to be questioned, not executed. If you manage to get the location of his cache out of him, I'll be sure to pass on the good word to Master Uthar.
Interesting. Well, he's gonna leave the room, so that leaves us alone with this guy. Let's see if we can talk to him. The Mandalorian is imprisoned and cannot respond. Well, that's odd. He's a human, but unlike most humans, he doesn't speak Galactic Basic. Well, maybe we can convince him that we're not here for the cash. We just want to see him survive, and we can free him, maybe. And yes, you do have a choice here. You can try to free him, or you can try to learn the location of the cache, but you can't do both. Let's see if he will tell us. So yes, he's basically given us the instructions for how to free him, but the downside to this, and I forgot about this when I was preparing for the Let's Play, is that you would need a ridiculous amount of computer use in order to pull this off. And only the player character can operate this console, because operating the console allows you to talk to the prisoner. It's not like the other computer consoles where you can just send in whoever has the highest computer use to operate it. So unfortunately I can't use it. But even if I did know about it, I don't think I would have done that anyway, just because I would have wanted to repair HK and hear more of his stories, a little more than this. So let's see if we can, actually I want to see if I can use that Force Persuade. Okay, yeah. I should have known. Mandalorians are trained to resist Jedi mind tricks, I think. Let's use the Serum Console. There are several ways you can do this. Let's, moderate dose, and you have to be really careful with how you do this. Anti-serum, small dose. Let's try that. Another moderate dose. Okay, he's getting there. And small dose of truth serum. Come on, yes, yes, yes. A little bit more. Small dose. Alright, come on, just a little bit more. Okay, he got sent to shock.
What have you done? I told you not to put the prisoner into shock, didn't I? Now, how are we supposed to find out where the weapon cache is? Uthar will be furious. Ah, now I may as well take this fool and dump him somewhere. He's useless to us. I cannot believe you are so incompetent.
Crap, I completely messed that up. I didn't mean to do that. Even if you did get him to tell you where the weapon cache is, he would still basically die afterwards. And if you did that, then the interrogator guy would come in and he would basically tell you that he would tell Uthar himself, and then you could choose to kill him right there and then so that he wouldn't do that and take all the credit for it. But we failed.
Sorry, I don't have time to speak. My training waits.
Which is a bummer. I was really hoping to complete that quest. And I think if we look here in the journal... Yeah. We completed it, but not in the way we were hoping. That, I think, leads to the valley, so we're going to go over here first and talk to everyone here before we go there. The first thing I want to do is I want to talk to Thura about Uthar and his whole scheme here, because now that he's put us up to something, maybe we can get the edge on him.
I understand you have impressed Master Uthar at least a little. That is good. We are one step closer toward completing my plan. Were I you, I would not get too excited just yet. You still have plenty left to do.
Well, I've got some news about Uthar.
What? What's happened? Our plan is still intact, I hope.
Well, he plans to have me fight you in the final test.
Ah, how very clever of him. Normally you would face some other student in the tomb, preferably one of the failed ones. Obviously Uthar has decided to get rid of me. But why? Did you say something to him?
Oh boy. Well, that kind of puts us in a tough spot. It doesn't really matter what you say here, though, because she'd still be willing to help you, even if you did tell her that you said something. I'm going to try to persuade her otherwise.
I truly doubt that. You are attempting to play both sides of the fence, I think. I respect that. You are playing a dangerous game, however. If you think Uthar will truly be so grateful to you for double-crossing me, think again. Your only chance lies with me. In the end, it works out better that it is only the two of us in the tomb with him. So long as we refuse to fight. Is there anything else I should know?
Well, let's tell him tell her what his plan was for her.
Let me see that. So it's true. Thank you for bringing this to me. Now I will be far stronger than Uthar expects. Here, this pass card will allow you access to Uthar's quarters. It's at the far end of the passages with the other quarters. Take this device as well, and put it inside his cot. No one should see you do it. Then Uthar will be too weak to stand up against us. Don't even think of failing me. You and I are too far into this now to back out.
Okay, so now we might be able to trick Uthar once more by giving him a little bit of his own medicine. And thankfully she gave us a way to get inside Uthar's room. So we don't need the security if we undertake this side quest, and thankfully you don't get dark side points even if you choose to do this. Let's put this device of hers under the bed. The device could easily be placed underneath the bed. It apparently will stick to the metal and be well out of sight. Place the device. With a whir, the device crawls away upon being placed. It is done. Alright. Looks like we've accomplished our mission. Let's see what Uthar has in here. Jedi Master Robe. Let's give that to Jolie, because he's got only a Knight Robe. Do we have anything else for him? I guess not. Okay. And I saw one other footlocker with a data pad and some other stuff. Let's see.
That data pad, just take a look at it. I wonder if Dustil knows his friend was disposed of like that. If not, it might convince Dustil that what we're saying about the Sith is true. It'd be worth a shot.
We haven't even looked at it yet, Karth. Spoilers, man. Spoilers. Let's see what it says. This datapad appears to contain numerous entries of notes made by Master Uthar of the Sith Academy. Most prominent of the recent entries is the following. The pupil known as Dustil has shown remarkable progress. His talent with the Force is great. The same, however, cannot be said for the human female that he arrived with, Celine. She has little talent. Moreover, Dustil holds a great degree of affection for her. This is a weakness in the boy, and has been slowing down his training. Orders were sent this morning to have the girl removed from the academy and terminated. I will tell Dustil that she was killed in the valley. He will forget her soon enough, I think. He is too promising to lose at this juncture. Aha! Well, if that isn't proof positive that the Sith are evil, then I don't know what is. So, I'm gonna go and talk to Dustil, but not before we talk to Euthura.
What do you wish? I am eager to get this over with.
I don't know why the music is the combat music right now, but let's talk to her about her past.
I did. I also said that you didn't need to know more. Why are you asking?
Well, I just would like to know more about you, that's all.
I see. Very well. I suppose there's no harm in the tale. As I said, I was originally a slave to one of the Hutts. The Hutts control everything on Sleheyron, and a slave is nothing to them. I was determined not to be nothing. One night when the drunken worm had me alone in his chambers, I stabbed him and escaped the compound. I stole onto a cargo ship and was not discovered by the crew until they reached the next system. They left me for dead on a desolate planetoid, alone. But that was fine by me. I was glad to be anywhere other than Sleheyron. It was not luck that I was eventually rescued, of course. The Force was strong with me, though I didn't know that at the time. Not until the Jedi told me, that is.
The Jedi found you, huh?
I'd rather not discuss it. Perhaps another time. Is there something else you needed? I hoped...
Let's talk to her a little bit more about this. Also, is there any way we can get rid of this music? I guess not. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna turn it down.
Hello again. I trust all is going smoothly.
So how did you become a Sith?
I would prefer not to discuss that.
Well, I'd really like to hear the tale.
Why? There is no point. Have I asked you about your past?
Well, I just thought maybe we can become friends or something more.
I see. You certainly have odd notions for one hoping to become a Sith. I'll play along, for now. Let's see. After escaping from Sleheyron, I was found by the Jedi. They took me in and trained me, even though I was a bit older than most Padawan.
So you were a Jedi, then?
Not really, no. I never progressed beyond Padawan. I have discipline, but no peace. And after my treatment at the hands of the Hutts, there was little room in me for the ways of the Jedi.
You sound very much like someone I used to know.
Yes, well, I imagine I am not unique. Things very easily could have been very different for me. I wanted to use the Force to free the other slaves I knew, to fight for what I knew was right. The Jedi restrained me until I couldn't stand it anymore. They claim the dark side is evil, but that isn't so. Sometimes anger and hatred are so deserved and right. Sometimes things change because of it.
Things may change sometimes, but I don't know if they necessarily change for the better all the time.
Any failure to get the results I want is due to a lack of power on my part. That can change in time. As a Sith, my mettle is tested far more than when I was a Padawan. I know this may sound strange, but only my compassion stands in my way now. Once that is gone, let the slavers beware.
Well, if you lose the compassion, then what will happen to your desire to be there for the slaves that you were looking out for in the first place?
Yes, of course. I mean losing my compassion, as in holding back. But enough of that. I have talked about myself too much. Surely you are tired of it.
It sounds like some of the folks who were here at the Academy went through a rough time as kids, and their desire to see their life change has made the offer of power from the Sith a little bit more intriguing, much like Dustle as well.
Come back soon, my friend.
Aw, she called us her friend. That's cool.
Greetings, my friend. I do rather enjoy saying that.
Nothing more we can talk to her about, though.
Come back soon.
So, before we go out to the valley, let's talk to Mr. Dustle. And give him this data pad.
Back already? So tell me, Father, where's this proof you promised?
I have a data pad I want you to look at. You knew someone named Celine?
Celine? She's the one who convinced me to come to the Academy with her. Why? Where did you get this?
Look at it. It belongs to Master Uthar, doesn't it?
Yes, it's his, but he told me he said that she'd been lost on a mission in the valley. This says that they
killed her because she was hindering your progress. Superiority at any cost, Dustle. There's your evil. Or can you live with that?
No, I can't. I had no idea. They lied to me.
Well, there's the son I remember. Now, will you leave here?
No. You go do whatever you have to, Father. I have some other friends here. I have to warn them what's going on. And maybe I can, look around here and find out some more information. From the inside. Something that might help you.
I don't suppose there's any way I could talk you out of that, is there? I mean, you're not gonna do anything halfway. Sounds familiar.
Yes, it does.
I'm proud of you, Dustle. You aren't hanging on to a lie after you see it for what it is. Not everyone could do that.
Maybe after this is all over we can talk. I'm still not sure about us, but I'll listen. Maybe we can get back to where we should have been.
Well, I'd like that.
I'll go back to Telos when this is over. You can find me there. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye, son. Good luck.
I don't think there's any consequence for saving Dustle and having him realize the evil of the Sith that has to do with helping your mission out. I don't think he's actually going to give you anything because he won't appear again after this. But it's good to know that he wants to help, though, and that he recognizes the Sith for what they are.
Word is that one of our experimental droids went mad and escaped and is hiding in the ruins. I wonder why we don't just gather up and destroy it.
I'm sure that won't be important later on at all.
Just be careful if you go into the valley. I hear there's a hermit living in the hills that kidnaps students. Sorry, I don't have time to speak. My training waits.
I'm surprised this guy doesn't have actual, cutscene dialogue since he has a name, unlike the others. That's odd.
Sorry, I don't have time to speak. My training
teacher here.
waits.
How do you do, hopeful? Seeking prestige, yes.
Okay, this guy has the creepiest voice ever.
I am a trainer here at the Academy.
I think I may be able to offer you some aid in gaining prestige, if you desire.
That sounds like something we might want to hear about.
Do you know of our renegade students?
Yes, we do.
Those are the ones. It seems you have already heard of them. There is little more I can tell you then. Should you locate their hiding place, you would gain considerable prestige, I am sure. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to my studies.
Alright, a nice reminder that there are those students to take care of.
Greetings. You're one of the new hopefuls, aren't you? I imagine you're eager to garner some prestige for Master Uthar.
Who are you?
My name is Tamlin. I'm assigned here to the library, mostly keeping it up to date with new discoveries and such.
New discoveries, huh?
I am adding new entries into our library's database based on the excavations in the valley. Currently, I'm working on Ajunta Paul, quite a fascinating subject.
Who is this Ajunta Paul character?
Ajunta Paul was one of the first of the great Sith lords. At least, according to the ruins here on Korriban. One of the tombs out in the Valley of the Dark Lords belongs to him. He wielded a powerful sword, by all accounts. Some of us believe it might be in that tomb, which is quite exciting.
His sword, huh?
According to legend, Ajunta Paul forged a sword imbued with the essence of the dark side. Someone who found it could gain considerable prestige.
I'm sure Master Uthar would be very impressed with something like that. But why hasn't anybody gotten it yet, though?
Some unsuccessful attempts have been made. I truly don't know why a more concerted effort isn't made, however.
Well, that kind of gives me a little bit of pause. I wonder what we're going to encounter out there. What do you know about the sword's powers?
Well, the legends say the sword had dark power, but that may only be a story. We will never know unless we can examine it more closely.
So how do I get to the valley?
Well, you simply need to follow the East Passage. There's an exit there which will lead you up to the surface. Look for Tariga. She is in that area and can probably help you.
This guy's voice almost sounds like the mercenary we first encountered in the Harakert station on Manon, doesn't it? But, yes, did we talk to him about this yet?
Isn't that what you're interested in? Although I suppose you could also keep it.
Yes, basically he's hinting at the possibility that we don't necessarily have to give Uthar everything we find. We can keep it or sell it in that case. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to prioritize these prestige items with all the non-artifact ones first, because I do want to try to sell some of these things since they would be quite valuable. And you don't actually have to do everything in order to gain prestige, or you could lie about doing some things if you want. But we'll get to that later on.
I imagine you've got a lot to do.
Okay, so we got a journal entry about the Sword of Ajunta Paul. Whoops. Active quests. Here we go. We can't go through this door, sadly. But we can go this way, and this is where we need to go in order to get to the valley, I believe.
Greetings, student.
Greetings to you too. Nothing we can look at over here except a footlocker. Let's see what these folks have to say. We have a teacher here.
Another hopeful wandering about the academy. I suppose you want to know how to get prestige.
For a teacher, you don't really seem to be very interested in telling us some things, do you?
As if I didn't have better things to do. Has anyone told you about Jorak-Un?
The Hermit in the Hills. I guess that's his name.
He is much more than a simple hermit hiding in the hills, as you say. We are talking about the former master of the academy. If you've already been told about him, there's little more I can tell you. With luck, perhaps he'll kidnap you and you'll get a chance to see him for yourself, huh? Now be gone. I have better things to do than chat with lost hopefuls.
Okay, sheesh. I think we got an update for the Hermit in the Hills there. Actually, I think that might be the first appearance of it. We have to talk to the teacher about it. Let's see what we got here in the cylinder. Some pretty average items, nothing really too special. I think this is another Sith teacher that we can just talk to. But I think he's just going to give us the same information. Same creepy voice guy. Yep, we do. Okay. And I think there's another teacher over here. The game really makes sure you know about all the side quests here that you can do to gain prestige. Yep.
Now.
Okay. That's all we can do here, so let's go ahead and head out to the valley in the next video.